Yes, close to kickoff time, and feel you guys are ready for the season opener?
I think so. The kids have prepared themselves, pretty well through, this summer, through fall camp. Just their attitudes, the way they're attacking each practice, each lift, each individual drill, offense versus defense. They got the right attitudes and they got the right demeanor, and they're excited, they're enthusiastic, they're playing fast and playing physical. I feel like we're at a point right now where our kids are pretty excited and want to get on the football field and play a game. They're tired of beating up on each other, and it's time. It's time for us to kind of see where we're at, as a team. And you look pretty good when you go against each other. You look pretty bad. You just don't know what you're going to get. But I feel this group of kids has gone in the right direction, and they really have impressed me, through fall camp and just the things that they're doing, mentally and physically.
When you made that transition into game week prep, did you notice maybe a little bit of shift in their focus a little bit?
Yeah, it was. It's about 3/4 way through camp. They get tired of just going against one another. They kind of get frustrated with one another as well. Then once you switch to game mode, it's a little more in tune. You lose focus after about 10, 12 days just going against each other, and how they're locked back in, focused, trying to understand what UCO is trying to do to us offensively and what they're doing to us defensively. And I feel pretty good about these kids and the things that they're doing, and hopefully that success will show on the football field on Thursday.
I know you're limited access to the kids in the summertime, but how were the numbers this summer? Did that translate into the beginning of camp, just speeding up the process?
The numbers were huge this summer. We usually average between 20 to 25 kids. We averaged 55 to 60 kids, per day this summer. That goes credit to our strength coach, Doug Boucher, as well, just making sure that the kids are doing the things necessary. Kids are taking a little more ownership, in this program as well. Our seniors are being leaders, getting the kids here. If they weren't here, they're going and getting them and calling them, doing some 7-on-7s on their own. They also did some, team stuff on their own, and that's a huge part of it. But the more they were together this summer, you could tell they got a little bit closer, knew each other a little bit better, hung out a little bit more, and they became a family. And that's how they're practicing and playing right now.
UCO, what do we need to know?
Very good football team, and they're going to be coached very, very well by Coach Bobek. Him and the staff do a great job of getting those kids ready. They're going to have some depth at all positions. They got some older kids playing, they got some younger kids playing, but it's game one. You never know what you're going to get from them offensively. We think we got a pretty good idea. You don't know what you're going to get from them defensively. And it's always that first game that you're not quite sure how it's going to go, but you hope for the best. And they got a great running back, they got great receivers. Really good quarterback, and their O-line is solid up front and on the defensive side of the ball. They got a couple redshirt freshmen playing and a true freshman playing, but then they got some older kids that are there in that mix, that linebacker on the D-line, that are pretty talented kids. So it's going to be a battle. They're a great football team, and we've got to be prepared to play at a high level and not make any mistakes. By turning the ball over on offense or giving up big plays on defense, and then create some turnovers and have some big plays on offense. But it's game one. You just never know what you're going to get.
Defensively, it appears that you guys have improved. I mean, do you see it that way? You feel this team has a chance to be pretty decent defensively?
I think so. We got kids that have been in our system for quite a while now. They're understanding what we're doing defensively, and communication has tremendously improved, on that side of the ball. And, it shows in the way they play the game. They're confident. They understand what each other's doing and where somebody's going to be, and they're just on the same page. And, I feel like we got some speed as well as some strength and size on the defensive side of the ball. And, as long as they communicate and talk and pursue the ball and play very physical, I think they could have a successful day.
Very successful at the end of last year. The summer very successful. Fall camp seems to be very successful. How important is Thursday night to win, just to continue just the good feeling overall?
It's very important, to us. Just giving those kids, why have we put in this much time? And there's a reason you put in this much time through the summers and through camp and through spring ball, and it's to get to this point and then perform at a high level. Perform to your ability, and it's just real. Our kids just need to have that satisfaction of winning that first game and getting some confidence and understand that it was worth it in the long run that we did all this work.
There been any significant changes offensively from the start of camp to what the lineup is now in your eyes?
No, it's basically staying the same. I feel like our offensive lines are pretty solid with the guys that we got. we still got to battle out the guard position, but I feel like, the guys that we got are the guys that we're going to use, and I think and I feel like we got our skill set at the wide receivers is very, very talented. I feel like our running backs are very talented. I mean, we got 4 guys we can go there any time that if we need to. And then on the low line, I think we got 7, 8 guys that can play for us anytime we want to. So, I feel like we got 2 quarterbacks as well that can play, anytime we need to. So that's the good thing about our offense right now. We got depth, and we got some things that we can do offensively to hopefully attack them and score some points.
I'm going to ask you about Travion just a little bit, and it's just his development from where he was even going into last year, and maybe even from the end of last year to where he is now over the summer and, a couple days from the first game.
I think for him it was maturity level. He's finally grown into being a leader, understanding our offense as well, being able to read coverages better now than he ever has been, and he's taken underneath his wing and is confident and feels good about the things that he does. And he used to be able to just tuck the ball and run. Now when he touches the ball, he's actually looking downfield and looking for receivers, which is another dangerous weapon, for us. And he's just a kid that has really worked his tail off and understands how important it is to be a great quarterback. And you got to have a great quarterback in this conference to win ball games. And he's taking ownership in it, and he wants to be great. And he's putting the time and effort in, to make himself a better football player.
Moving up in this conference is incredibly difficult, especially to take that step into the elite. Is this team ready to take that step?
I hope so. I think we're really close, if not there yet. And I feel like a good group of kids that have done the things necessary to take that next step. I feel like we've gotten stronger. I feel like we've gotten faster. I feel like we're getting the athletes that we need, to play at that next level. And it depends on the kids. They got to go out there and perform at a high level and have confidence in themselves and in their abilities. And if they do that, I think we can be very successful this year.
Have you sensed a difference with them this year than maybe any of your prior years?
It is. It's not so much me have to hound them all the time to work hard and give great effort and do the things necessary to be successful. They're doing it on their own. And, as a coach, that makes my life a little bit easier. And or maybe I'm just getting soft, one or the other. Surely it's not that. But, it's just a good group that they do the things necessary. And, when you get a group of kids like that hold each other accountable and make sure that everybody's doing things right, it makes your life as a coach a lot easier. And, I'm proud of what these kids have, done through the summer and through this fall camp.
I feel like you're finally starting able to reap the rewards of all the kids you've redshirted.
I think so, yeah. You can just see their development, in size and in speed and in strength, and understanding what we're doing, across the board on offense and on defense and on special teams as well. And, they're confident in what we're doing. And when those kids are confident in what they're doing and, they're not thinking anymore, they're just playing football, it's fun for them. And you can always tell when the kid's out there thinking because he plays a step too slow. But when they know what they're doing, they're playing pretty fast. I think that's kind of where we're at right now.
I feel like Fort Hays has reached a point where when you step on the field, you feel like you have a chance to win no matter what. It's one thing to say you feel like you have a chance to win, but then to have that confidence stepping on the field going, hey, we're here to win this game.
Yeah, and I think our kids are to that point right now. They're confident in their abilities, and they feel like they can step on the field with anybody right now. And that's good to have, saying it, and now we have to go do it. Is where we're kind of at right now. I want to see our kids perform at that high level, like I know they're capable of doing. And they're close, but we just got to see them do it.
Good.
All right. Thank you.